Okay, we're going to do a grade 10 November exam, the function section, all the questions on functions that was done, I think, in November 2018 in Fishhook High School. So anyways, here we go. Now, the first three questions are just about being able to recognize the four functions that we have to do. And three of them are right here. Lines, this is a hyperbola, and that's an exponential equation. So let's start with the line. Here we go. You're supposed to sketch y equals 3x minus 3. Well, first you recognize that it's a line, and that number there is the gradient in front, and because of that, the shape of this line is it's going uphill as you move from left to right. But the key things with all functions, if you want to find a y-intercept, you let x equals 0, and then y equals minus 3. There's your y-intercept. And that's the first thing. Just put 0 in there and you get y is minus 3. And then if you want to find an x-intercept, you let y equal 0. So if we do that, we got to solve that equation. We add 3. We get 3 equals 3x. We divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 1. And there we go. We've got all the stuff we need to be able to sketch this graph. We put in the y-intercept of minus 3, the x-intercept of 1. We've got a line going straight up the hill. We label it, we label the axes, and we're finished that line. And that's it. Let's take a look at the next question. This is a hyperbola, and you have to know hyperbolas have two branches, and the branches could be, and they have asymptotes. They have two straight lines, a horizontal and vertical line, and then there's a branch up in the top right-hand corner or the bottom left-hand corner. That's if this number is positive. If it's negative, the branches will be in the top left and the bottom right, and you just have to learn it. I think one of the easiest things to do, though, to sketch a hyperbola is to just know that y equals minus 6, that horizontal line at y equals minus 6 is one of the asymptotes. And for grade 10, the other asymptote is just x equals 0. That's the place the line can't go. You can't put 0 in there because it's undefined. But there is one intercept you can find, the x-intercept. To find it, you've got to let y equal 0. Now, it's actually, you might be able to think about what you should put in for x to get the answer. But this question here, if you multiply everything by what's in the denominator, 0 times x is x, 3 over x times x, it cancels. X times minus 6 is minus 6x. Add 3x, then divide by 6, and you get x equals 3 over 6, or 1/2. Well, now you're ready to graph it. You've got the x-intercept. You know the basic shape of it, that it's in the top right-hand corner and the bottom left, and you know y equals minus 8. When you go to sketch it, that's what you put first. First, make a line straight across here and write y is always equal to minus 6. That's your first asymptote. The y-axis is the other asymptote. Now you just have to put a branch down here. Just put a branch. It doesn't have to be perfect. I cheated and got a GeoGebra to graph a perfect hyperbola. But this branch goes through a half right there for x. And then you just make, now I've got the shape right. I've got the x-intercept. I've got the asymptote. I'm finished. Just make sure you label everything right. Even this is good. X equals 0. The equation of the asymptotes would be nice. X and y axis, all done. Last question. Exponential question. Well, the y-intercept is so easy. You let x equal 0. 2 to the 0 is 1 minus 4. Put that in your calculator, and it'll tell you the y-intercept is minus 3. You want to find the x-intercept? You let y equal 0. Then we add 4. We get 2 to the x equals 4. Well, I can see that x must be 2 because 2 squared is 4. Well, that's just about enough to sketch this graph. It's just about enough to sketch. You've got the x and y-intercept. This is an exponential equation. And, it starts off flat, and then it bends up and starts to go faster and faster up. Just like the growth of this coronavirus thing that was exponential. It starts from a flat, We'd like to keep it flat, but then it goes straight up. But the airport that this function takes off from is the line y equals -4. That's your asymptote. And that's what you do. Make a line at y equals -4. That's how you get started. Your basic shape, because this is a number bigger than 1, is just taking off to the right like that. And we've got our two things. Y is -3, x is 2. Just connect them and put a little arrow on the end of the thing to show it goes on forever, and it gets closer to this asymptote down here. And there's a nice sketch of the exponential function y equals 2 to the x -4. And that's the first part. It's really just knowing those things and learning them, and you'll do good on the exam. Okay. But you got to learn it.